Yes. Thank you so much for the intro. And I would say it fits so well to the presentation we just heard from the last speaker. So I'm really looking forward to get in contact with you.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm super happy to be here and for this great opportunity to share our activities and our special workshop we're offering for companies in the energy storage sector. And I hope there's still enough energy in this group as it's getting late already. But the Effizienzagentur NRW, whom I'm working for, or in short, EFA, is the number one competence center in North Rhine-Westphalia for resource conservation. And we're doing this since 1998 already. And we provide support to businesses to advance their resource efficiency on the one hand side, but on the other side, to accelerate their transition to circular economy. But before I go towards our solution today, we need to talk about the priorities first. So we all know that the demand for batteries will skyrocket, and we need huge amounts of raw material for that. But raw materials are finite. Knowing that, it is kind of surprising that circularity still has a low priority in the energy transition so far. So let me start by adding some of the key drivers and also strategic reasons for circular activities to that. On the left-hand side, you see the problems related to our current linear take, make, waste system. And on the right side, you can see some circular opportunities to that. We have a rising raw material and energy prices. We have changing customer demands. We have regulatory requirements that are getting more and more. And on the other side, we can see that businesses working with circular and sustainable solutions, they see those as a major driver for innovation, but also for new business opportunities. Um, And what does that mean, looking at our work? When we look at a value chain, there are different circular strategies that can be applied. To extend the circularity of products, right now, most of us are focusing on recycling, which is super important, but we need to focus more on lifetime extension as well. Reuse, repair, remanufacture, and we need to include more parties and talk more about cooperation in the value chain as well. So from our perspective and how we are working, it's all about design. And we at EFA, when we are talking about design, we are not only talking about design of products, we're talking about the design of business models, about the design of processes and the value chains themselves. And we bring them all together on one table. And one practical approach that we offer to companies are our CIRCO workshops. Since 2021, we offer CIRCO tracks to companies at the moment in NRW. And the method is based on a study that was performed in 2015 by the TU Delft. One of those workshop tracks consists of 3 to 4 workshops and a self-learning phase and is done in 6 weeks. We normally have 10 to 12 companies in one track. They are taking place in the tracks with 2 to 4 persons, so with a complete team. And all workshops we perform are free of charge, as we are supported by the Ministry of Environment in NRW. And we have already 200 companies that we supported during our CIRCO track so far. And the originator, our partners in the Netherlands, already have over 2,000 companies that took place in those workshops. And what is also very interesting is that it is getting international movement more and more with 15 international hubs already. The 4 main reasons you see for taking place in one of those tracks is normally that you learn about design strategies, about business model strategies. But the main thing is that you develop your own circular project in that time. So you have the chance to look at your own value chain and that you can perform that you can work out a roadmap how to get more circular in that value chain, and to come back for the implementation with a plan how to do that, and with our support on the way to the implementation. So what is special now for like energy storage system, because that's why we're here, is that we have like this special opportunity that with the colleagues from the Netherlands, we can perform one special track for this value chain energy storage systems. I already mentioned that to be successful with this circular transition, we need to design also systems, and we need most of the stakeholders on the table. And that is why we decided to have this really like strategically important value chain in one of our next workshop series we're starting. What is also quite interesting, because we had just this presentation about e-bike batteries, is that we just decided yesterday to do the first workshop series in February, March for the value chain e-bike batteries, because we already have 7 companies that want to join there. So if there's other like persons in here that would like to join, this is already online, and you can sign in with the QR code you see here. And then there's a second track planned for energy storage systems in general. So you can contact me about that if that is something you would be interested in, to do that in an international group of companies and to exchange on the topic of circular design. I think that was my last. Yes, thank you so much. If there are any questions, I don't know how I'm about the time.
Yeah,
Max?
it's good that you come to an end, overstepping a
Yeah.
little bit, but that's the good thing about being the last speaker.
Okay, cool.
We have a couple of minutes for some more questions. So if there are questions from the audience, don't be shy. You can always ask them. Otherwise, let me start with the first question, since I can't see any raised hands from the audience. Very interesting. I like the idea of, or your approach to look not only at one company, to look at the system as well, because that needs to be changed in my opinion, in most of the times or cases as well. But first question, what are the companies you are looking for in terms of size or stages of development? Like if it's a startup without a real production line, but planning a production line, does it make sense to apply for a workshop like this? And on the other extreme, like really large companies with a very complex design or production line, does it make sense to join the workshop as well?
Um, Both do, but the combination is what makes it best. So if we would have like a workshop series with 10 startups, it probably wouldn't be like very beneficial for them. And on the other hand side, if we would have like only the big players in one workshop series, it's probably the same, because they have a different approach to things. And what we want is to have those also different perspectives in one track. So it is really difficult if a startup just was founded and they're like still in the phase of don't know which direction we're going. It helps if you already have like an idea of your product, if your product already has like a design, and also maybe suppliers you're talking to, because if that is the case, you will most likely be able to use all the methodology that CIRCO offers. And for the big companies, we had huge players in our group, and it helps, especially when we're talking about designing a system, because it's all about scaling up. That's what, you just said earlier. We need the big players to work with us on those infrastructures, on take back systems, and to get them on scale, because what we actually need is more speed on the transformation, and it helps if there's big players with it. And there's an example for like they did a track for wind power energy, offshore wind power in the Netherlands. And they had big players like shell, for example, in the track, and it helped them to like get a good size for the